So let's talk about suppressors and silencers. And I don't care what people call them, suppressors, silencers. You know, I'm not a snob when it comes to that. But
Right.
what's your preference on the nomenclature?
So when that comes up, what I'll tell people is that the correct name for them is silencer. Silencers were started in 1895 by Hiram Percy Maxim. Hiram Percy Maxim got a patent on March 30th, 1909 for the silent firearm. When they were regulated in 1934, June 25th, 1934. They were listed as silencers. They are still listed as silencers in federal law. When you buy one, when you're writing what it is on the piece of paper, it's a silencer. Suppressor came about because of a guy named Al Paulson. Back in the 80s, he used to write all of the silencer suppressor articles. So it's sort of like, do you drive a car or do you drive an automobile? It's the same thing. People who usually get wound up about it and do it's not a silencer, it's a suppressor. It doesn't make it silent, it just suppresses the sound. Usually when I hear that, I ask them how many suppressors they own. None, but you should.
Yeah.
Right. And that's actually from movies. That's where we get that. There's a lot of why everybody thinks of them as evil is because of movies. And we'll touch on that just a little bit.
Okay.
But there was a movie called Ronin. And in Ronin, one of the things that they said was he sprayed his bullet with Teflon so it went through my ballistic vest. That's not really how that works. There was a George Clooney movie called The American where he says, I can make you a suppressor, but I can't make you a silencer, furthering the old wives' tale that there's a difference between the two. While we're talking, just so we don't upset the internets, I'm going to call them a silencer, I'm going to call them a suppressor, I'm going to call them a can, which
Yep.
is a nickname for them because they're can shaped. I'm going to use all of those repeatedly.
And maybe even muffler, huh?
Could be. Here's another one for you. Hiram Percy Maxim, after 1934, when they ended up temporarily putting his company out of work or out of business, he went to work for the Pope Automobile Company, and he invented a thing called the automobile muffler.
Ah, well, there you go.
What would it sound like today outside if he had not invented a silencer and then adapted it to cars?
No, there's no telling. So the actual firearm silencer came before the car muffler.
It did. Again,
Interesting.
the Maxim Silencer Company started in 1895 in New York City.
New York City.
Right.